After today, I strongly believe that what is coming ahead of us in terms of the way the markets as a whole function, but more importantly, how dark pools, which has been a major problem holding AMC back, preventing him from actually going to the moon, is now fixed. It's not going to be a quick fix like tomorrow we see the price jumping to $50 a share, which I wouldn't be surprised with because we all know this is a ticking bomb. So based on that, based on what happened today with the SEC vote on transparency, man, I don't really see anything further blocking the way for AMC to $1,000 a share. I mean, literally, because if you don't know, I shared with you earlier what actually happened during the SEC transparency vote. And the fact that the share price reacted to this, the market reacted to this and the price went above 12% intraday right after, the second hour of the trading session. But if you also look at GameStop went all the way up to 18% during the trading session today. Because they know what is actually about to come, and it's not going to be good. Because not only the Federal Reserve is saying, okay, even for now, we are not changing interest rates as most of the people were expecting it to be. In March, we are actually increasing interest rates, but nobody knows exactly how many times. So you have on one hand, all right, all of these three people, let me just fix this for you. You have all of these three. Mr. Gary Gensler, the chairman, the leader of the SEC, and the three commissioners that actually voted yes, except Ms. Pierce, who said, no, I don't believe in market transparency, because everything that's said here and that I mentioned on my video detailing all of these points that were voted on the new rules to be approved has to deal with two main things. First off, let's see how we can catch up with the market that evolves so quick, so fast, especially when it comes to technology, hence dark pools, and see exactly how we can make them compliant. So on one hand, they now have to, and by they I mean the hedge funds and the private equity firms, they have to file disclosures and report every activity. Do I lose money? How much short is stock? How big am I short? How short, etc., everything. They used to do that on a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, and even a yearly basis, but now it's going to be a daily basis. They cannot escape margin calls anymore. They cannot escape FTDs. They cannot escape buying shares when the price hit a certain level and the options chain it's off the roof. They cannot escape it anymore. And secondly, you do have the second proposal that were around regulating ATS, alternative trading system. What is about alternative trading system? What falls under this basket? Well, dark pools, communication networks, ECN, crossing networks, call markets. You know what else is a dark pool? What else is not a registered dark pool? Well, Citadel Connect, non-registered dark pool. Yes, so they have now to comply with the rules on the rest of the exchange. They have to be exactly falling under this exact same rule. But you know what else? Citadel Securities is a market maker, so they do provide liquidity, and they also are a hedge fund. So Mr. Gary Gensler and the two other commissioners, working hand in hand with the Fed, the CFTC, the FSOC, and the Department of Treasury, and I wouldn't be surprised if the DOJ, the Department of Justice, is also behind this, because everything they voted today has to do with making markets more transparent, which ultimately leads to protecting the investors and also making sure that we don't have the same risk exposure as we had back in 2008, where everything just collapsed from the market to the real estate market to the entire economy. Nobody wants that to happen anymore. That's why I believe it took a lot of time for Mr. Gensler and the rest of the federal agencies to make sure that they were kind of prepping this away. So there were even more rules than people anticipated during this meeting they were approving. So right now, hedge funds have about 30 days, because within the next 30 days, there's going to be public feedback. So you're free to comment on these two rules and all of the bunch of other rules that were approved. But also, it kind of, just to connecting the dots here, do you think it's a coincidence that the exact same day the SEC is approving the rule, we have the street calling on buying the dip on Ford, Citigroup, and AMC? Not at all. Because if AMC was really going to zero or to $5 a share, like most of the mainstream media have been calling to, and a bunch of either other hedge funds that know they're losing money on this play, well, why would you buy the dip on AMC? Doesn't make sense. All right. So this is definitely not a dead cat. And I'm expecting this to actually start reversing pretty sharply. Maybe not in the next coming weeks, but definitely I don't see anything else as an obstacle from this going like boom, because the green light has been given. There is nothing that is now preventing the market makers, the manipulators, and all of these synthetic fake shares that existed on the market, because literally at the end of the day, you have to make sure all matters are settled, all books are clean. So how can you hide the truth now? You can't. So buckle up, folks. Here we come. 500, 1,000.